And yeah, we were just like, I don't know what that is.
What is going on here?
Yes,
Bro,
is this a soundboard?
Bro, I'm saying there's like this new like this Zencaster's got this new layout here. I don't know if you guys noticed, it's all different, but like I see some soundboard shit here. Like apparently you can mix here, you can like upload episodes now to Spotify.
I think you're in like the big boss seat.
Yeah,
So
we're in we just got the front end.
Dude, hell yeah. Can you do like is there any kind of like musical intro thing for when we do what's the deal with this broad?
Yeah, I was gonna say some type of chime or something.
We can add any music file we want so that we can go ham with that.
Holy
this is great
shit.
because we were just talking about a soundboard.
Yes.
I can
Do they have a sample one? All I mean, honestly,
deal with this, bro.
That'll work, man.
This is the intro, outro. Wow, this is long.
Holy shit, yes, dude.
This is like a Michael Mann movie.
We could start up like 5 seconds of that every time we say, what's the deal with this broad?
So there's that. There's the piano before. But yeah, this is dope. Now we can plug in all types of shit.
Man, now I feel like an early talk.
This is at Trustworthy Slav.
This is at Incognito, COH.
CRK, Black.com, pilled.
This is the Fed Post.
Man, now I feel like an early talk radio show or something.
Yeah.
Dude, we're taking up the mantle of Howard Stern now. Now that he's thoroughly been libbed up for the past like decade, we're continuing.
Oh, I saw some dude bitching about apparently he was going to be casted to be Doctor Doom in some movie. And that's like a Marvel.
Wait, Howard Stern
guy
was going to be?
Yeah, apparently. And I was like, dude, no way this guy can do anything.
There's zero chance. Is Howard Stern even an actor?
I have no clue, dude. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. Maybe I'm tripping. But
holy shit.
Howard Stern?
Yeah, whatever. I don't give a fuck about.
They got so many fucking characters in the Marvel universe they're digging up from like the back catalogs that they're just
dude, they're gonna fucking
make work. It's a make work job for celebs. They're just like,
it's a
random superhero
actor overproduction. Yeah, we're gonna fucking. They're gonna deep fake George Floyd in as the new Black Panther.
Yeah, that's me, Wakanda Forever.
Dude, Wakanda Forever.
I can't believe they're making that a real movie, dude. I thought that was just some shit people were saying, like as
what?
Like a
Black Panther?
No, they're making a movie called Wakanda Forever.
Well, yeah, that's the sequel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just can't believe they're doing that. It's crazy.
Of course, man. Fucking, they can't help themselves.
See, I'm adding a. What's the deal with this, bro?
What's the deal with this, bro? All right. We got to keep our powder dry a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, I'm feeling good, dude. We're about to go off the rails here in a second.
Yeah, we're back with the boys.
Well, here. What are we talking about today, boys? We're back with the boys. What are we talking about, boys?
Let's see. What do we got here? We got COVID nonsense. Let's hold on that. Let's wait for that.
There's always time for COVID nonsense.
Yeah, let's see.
We need a lid pandemic intro too.
Definitely,
yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna throw some gunshots like the Button podcast, or just gunshots. Just anytime we like insult like some obscure journalist, just like,
instead of using beeps, you can use gunshots.
Yeah. Okay, so there's Liz. Liz, what's up with Liz? What's the deal with this, bro? I actually don't know what's going on with her. So she lost, right?
Yeah, we spoke about her a couple episodes ago.
Oh, Liz Cheney?
Yeah, Liz Cheney.
Yeah, but wait, so are we doing the segment right now?
It seems like we just kind of smoothly transitioned into it there. So I guess
All right, listeners, come one, come all. This is the this is the beginning of the very first Fed Post official segment. What's the deal with this broad? COH, what's the deal with this broad?
Oh shit, we got Liz Cheney out here acting a fool, folks. That's what it is. We talked about her a couple eps ago. She was shilling out mad dollars for some new ad spots on Fox News where she had her very lovable father, Dick Cheney, kind of talk about how, Trump and his gang of whatever the fuck are the highest threat to our country, and Liz is going to be in there keeping them in check because she thought that was going to really do well. And it did not do well for her because she lost in her primary.
Wait, what was she trying to do? She was trying to do what?
She was trying to use Dick Cheney because we all, everyone knows that he's a good, lovable figure.
Wow.
And that no one's ever really, said or thought anything bad about.
And she was running against, who was she running against?
Oh, fuck if I know, dude. I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, actually, I'm wondering, who did she
She was running against Blake Masters.
Oh, fuck yeah, really?
She's running against Blake Masters.
Oh, man, what a circus.
Running against Blake Masters.
Really?
And, I know that we've been a little bit mixed. I mean, okay, all right. I'm gonna, all right, hold on. Blake Masters.
Well, what's the deal with this cyborg?
What's the deal with this?
I don't think they were in the same race.
I thought they were. Hold on. Oh, no, you're right. No, I got it mixed up because Arizona was John McCain's stomping ground. All right. Well, whatever. Point is, Blake Masters won. She lost.
Right,
it's all part of a whole, the symbolism is there. All right. Trust me, bro. Trust me. So she gets her shit absolutely rocked. And I think she was running against some broad.
Yeah, let's see here. I'm looking up articles and no one's saying who beat her.
She's so irrelevant that they're not even mentioning who the other person is.
Well, the only thing that's relevant about her is that she's MAGA. And that's kind of the whole thing, right? Is that it's MAGA. There's no alternative. It's MAGA. The party is MAGA. You can't, there's still, it's fucking like 6 fucking years later and they're still trying to do fucking anti-Trump Republican shit. And it's still just as much of a fucking losing recipe as it ever was. Yeah, honestly, even more because it's even simplified now. It's literally just like MAGA is just was 2020 a con job? Yes. All right, you're with us now. And that's it. You're with us or you're against us kind of thing. And it looks like everybody against them is just getting their absolute shit pushed in. And honestly, I'm happy to see it. I don't think it's a crazy sell for anyone that isn't even a Trump supporter to understand that, you want the illiberal MAGA disrupting force in the party as opposed to the return to the fucking demonic war criminals, same as it ever was. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think about it?
Yeah, I mean, she lost by like double-digit margins.
It was really bad. Like she lost, I think, most districts.
And they put a lot of, from what I know on the peripheries, they put a lot of weight behind her because she's sort of, damn friendly, a return to centrism, return to decency or whatever. Like never Trump. The whole like the Dems fluffing up Romney.
Yeah,
it's like that whole thing of please, let's have the establishment GOP. Like I remember when Trump was running, there was like Rachel Maddow or someone was just like watching Trump like kill it in the primaries and was just like, to the GOP, can you guys get control of your party? Like they said something like that, like very just like on the nose of like, yeah, we're all in cahoots and like, can you guys like, get this shit together? Like this is not a good look. But yeah, I mean, it's like Romney and who else is never Trump? Like all these losers, they're just like the Bush era losers. They're all
the fucking neocons that are just the absolute worst fucking people on the planet.
Who was it? 2016. It was Scott Walker. It was Jeb Bush. It was who else was the fucking
John Kasich?
Yeah, yeah.
Remember John Kasich, that fucking retard?
Yeah. It was all these low energy losers.
John Kasich looks like a human Band-Aid. I don't know. That's the best way I can describe it. Yeah, man. So, I mean, they're out. And to me, this just shows, bro, I mean, it's only Trump for 24. There's no one else.
Yeah.
Unless they just totally just fall on the grenade and they just say, hey, we're just going to take this one on the chin.
Riding with Biden, baby.
Riding with Biden, Lincoln Project.
Let's go.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they'll do because, the only other one I've ever heard, maybe because of the circles I see on Twitter or whatever, but like the only other one I've heard is DeSantis.
Yeah.
It's the only other one. I haven't heard like a peep of anybody else.
And DeSantis, I feel like, is gonna probably be a running mate with Trump. I know that people go back and forth on that all the fucking time, but it just seems like too obvious to not do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess. I
think they make a couple of those public statements of being like, I would not run with Trump. I would not run with DeSantis. I'm doing my own thing. But I think that just that creates a little bit of the friction that helps with the spectacle that Trump is so known for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you can create two teams, right? So it's like people be like, oh, well, I don't really know if I'm that comfortable with Trump, but I am pro DeSantis, or vice versa. And then you bring them together and it's like, oh, shit. All right. Well, that's the ticket.
Coalition.
Exactly. And it's all kind of illusory, right?
Yeah.
But that's the way you fold in, the whole spectrum, because there's going to be people that are, a little bit uncomfortable with either.
Let's see who was last time. It was Ted Cruz, Rubio, Kasich, Ben Carson.
Oh yeah, dude, Dr. Ben Carson, bro.
Jeb Bush, Rand Paul.
Dude, Ben Carson versus Joe Biden is the battle of the narcoleptics, dude. It's sleepy boys. Sleepy boys showdown.
Zanny gang. Yeah.
Zanned up for real.
Zanned up gang, yeah.
Dude, remember when he was like, I tried to stab a motherfucker and I hit his belt buckle?
Gang shit.
Holy
gang shit.
I love that dude.
Oh, no, it's the other guy died.
Herman Cain.
Yeah, Herman Cain.
Oh, yeah.
He died of the coof.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
He died of the coof. I mean, it probably has something to do with the fact that the motherfucker lived on pizza for like 15 years or something.
But yeah, this is Romney and Cheney. This is all very sad. It's kind of sad seeing them like push this shit as if they're still like, I saw like, anytime I watch the news, lib news or whatever, mainstream news, there's like interviewing some new Republican guy from, who's from the who's been in it for a while. And he's kind of a no name. And they're like, hey, you're like a kind of alternative to the Trump brand of the GOP. Are you going to run in 2024? They're like pulling from the edges of these random guys. Dude. Like,
dude,
hey,
you never
could be the
heard
reasonable
of.
Republican. Yeah, you could be the reasonable Republican. And it's all very pathetic. And it's like, they're getting interviewed on like like the libs are, it's so like blatant. They're just kind of like pushing them hard. Like, yo, please take this guy. We like this guy. It's like, dude, I don't know. It's very end of the ropes type of thing.
Dude, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Obama and Romney 2012, where it was just like, even back then, 10 fucking years ago, they were like, yeah, I don't know. We're kind of out of ideas here. Like we're just going to throw whatever we have here. And then 2016, they're just like, we're just going to throw like 25 people on stage. We don't really have anything. And they had all this fucking time in the world. They had all these fucking fundraising pushes. They had a total upset and reinvention of the game in some ways. And like, they have probably less options than they even did in 2012. Dude, the whole fucking Liz Cheney losing so fucking handily is hilarious because like by as far as I can tell, all of the January 6th hearings were basically just a huge campaign ad for her.
Yeah. Well, now they're trying to spin it. They're like, oh, well, now that she lost this race, she's got plenty of time to focus on bringing down Trump, which is the real focus here. Like, that's what they're trying to say about it. It's really quite bizarre. What
do with Jan 6?
She's on the panel or fucking the probe, whatever they're calling it. She and some other. She's the only Republican except for some other dude from Illinois, and they both voted to impeach Trump. And they're both on the probe, but they're only Republicans on there.
Wow, man, this is some real limp dick shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god! So she's trying to raise her profile by being like one of the main Jan 6 ones. Like, oh, I'm a Republican on the Jan 6, whatever, like against Trump, and she eats shit by double digits.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if they ran Mueller or something and he just gets washed. And it's like after years of like propping it up of like, whoa, like somebody's finally gonna stop Trump. Like this is what the people want, and they get fucking destroyed. Like this is pathetic. This is really fucking I didn't even know this race was going on. This Liz Cheney thing. And she's in Arizona. This is in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is rip to the neocons. I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Oh no, I thought she was Wyoming.
Oh wait, yeah.
Wyoming, Wyoming. Yeah, rip to these guys. I mean, I don't know what they're. I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, they're that faction of the GOP is. I mean, I'm not sold on the other half, the MAGA half, but like that, the neocon side. I don't know. They're fucked. They're super fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, good riddance. I don't ever want to see them again. I don't want to see any of them ever again. So,
well, I mean, speaking of seeing people again, and I'm not sure if you can even say that she's neocon. I mean, she's a neocon for sure. She's packaged as fucking John McCain, but she kind of had the original flair of like, being an outsider in a way. Sarah Palin. Really? She's making a comeback here. So that's someone else Palin that we get to see again. She's been running for a House seat in Alaska, and apparently she's like making it past. I think she won her primary or something like that. Let's see.
Sarah Palin was the first one I remember of like outsider right, like leaning politician getting some profile. That was the first one I remember. I don't know if you guys remember someone before that, but I mean, within the last couple of decades.
That's the first one I really remember. They're like, oh, she's kind of kooky and she used to be hot and she's got a special needs kid or that doesn't talk or whatever.
Yeah, and she was very folksy, and they were like, who was it? All the gaffes that would play on SNL or the news or whatever. That was the first one I remember. Without her, I think she kind of she crawled so Trump could walk. I think she's kind of like she kind of broke open that door a little.
She rejected the aesthetics. I mean, she did a fucking reality TV show.
Wait, Sarah Palin did?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she did a fucking reality TV show.
What was it called?
I don't fucking know.
Sarah Palin's Alaska.
Yeah, being a fucking retard in Alaska. I don't know.
That's wild. So she kind of set the mold for a Trump reality star kind of presidency,
A little bit.
She's the first one that was like, all right, we're not gonna just go with like some random slug pumped out of the neocon GOP, like the establishment. That was the first one I remember, really.
Well, I mean, I feel like Reagan was like that kind of situation, right? Back in the day, but I wasn't alive for any of that, so I got no fucking clue, really. Like, he was like a movie actor and this kind of stuff, and then they're like, yeah, you should run for fucking president. He's like, I'm good looking and talk well, so.
Right. Yeah, like not from traditional. I guess what was she before? She was a governor or something, or something in Alaska?
She did something in Alaska. Governor, I think. Maybe just like a state senator, who knows?
She really reminds me of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Like something about like at least the way
just like kooky white woman, bro. It's like if Marianne Williamson was on the right, it'd be a similar kind of like they are like mirror images, but just on other ends of things.
Yeah, it's like a Marianne Williamson like went to the gun range.
Yeah, dude. And church or something instead of fucking yoga studio and whatever the hell else she's doing. Crystal store.
Yeah. What's truly a what's the deal is with this broad moment.
Well, so what is her? She's coming back. She's trying to make a comeback.
Yeah, she's they do something like multiple stages in Alaska for their primarying, and she's made it past the first stage and is like second. So she's mounting a political comeback, and she's backed by Trump. She spoke at a rally in June, right before Trump. And so, yeah.
Wow. I'm seeing some of the headlines here. Well, okay. What do you think, Slav? I remember you had brought this up before. What do you make of her coming back in?
Oh, what, Sarah Palin? I don't fucking know. I'm not paying attention to this broad. She's a fucking loser. But if she's MAGA, then go for it. Sure. Yeah. I mean,
if she's MAGA, then she's based, bro.
If she knows what side of her bread's getting buttered, then we simply must stand. And again, like I said, like you don't even need to be pro-Trump or anything like that to see that like that coalition is an improvement, is what should be supported, even if it's just like on the grounds that it's, you know, further at least acknowledging that liberalism's running on fumes. I
mean, even if you're just a slug, that's just where the money's at too.
Well,
like, that's a smart bet right now.
And that's how it works. You know what I mean? And that's how it should work. And so the more people are honest about that shit, the better. So yeah, I mean, fuck it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. She's a dumb bitch. I mean, I think the common wisdom of she lost 08 for McCain is probably pretty accurate. Which I guess, like, honestly, like, big ups to Sarah Palin for, you know, making sure that
King McCain,
making sure that fucking demonic presence wasn't the leader of the free world. Yeah, I don't know. What is the deal with this broad? She's MAGA now, I guess, or maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know if she's really MAGA. I feel like she's just like hitching her.
Well, no, but that's all being MAGA is now. Yeah, you know, it's just being like 2020 was a stitch job. There we go. Which, you know, I love it. We love to see classical politics right there. You're with me or you're against me, join the club kind of politics. It's good shit. Which, honestly, I'm looking at the timeline a little bit here, which is I only ever do when we're recording now. And I got to say, fucking shout out Bog Beef, Joe Biden, student loan forgiveness. I'll say it. I mean, yeah, it's patronage to the absolute worst people, but big ups to the Democrat Party for actually doing that, because it's just straight up classic patronage. And is it the full forgiveness? Is it is it servicing the people that actually deserve to be serviced? No, right? But it's classic politics. It's effective politics, and it's really funny watching conservatives just be absolutely cucked and just be like, "But this isn't fair to other people." That's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. And I think I'm going to eat crow a little bit, because I didn't think that this would ever really happen. I mean, I wasn't that wrong about student loan forgiveness, because it's only $10K for a particular group of people, but it's a hell of a lot less targeted than I thought it was going to be. So
yeah, I just straight up didn't think it was going to happen. So I mean, yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair that we admit that, because I definitely didn't. Same thing. I was like, it's probably not gonna happen. But I guess he did. I guess all those socialists that voted for Commie Biden, I guess they were kind of right. I guess he did do something. But
Dark Brandon delivered. Brandon delivered 10K off of student loan debts for people that make less than 125K a year. Yeah. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's some straight up, like, what are you doing for me now? And that's an adequate answer right there.
Yeah, definitely.
And, you know, I'll be honest, you know, I know a decent amount of people that have a decent amount of student loan debt that this is going to help out, you know? So fucking A, man. I mean, credit where it's due.
I mean, I benefit from this. And so that's nice. But it's also like, yeah, I mean, I think it's a little 3-card Monte kind of thing, where it's like they're reshuffling debt, you know, because they're canceling it. That's what they say. But really what they're doing is, you know, all the tax money that paid for it originally, you know, everybody else is footing the bill. Like the taxpayers, we're all footing the bill. So it's kind of like, all right, I guess you take down this 10K that I owed, but I also am part of this whole network of paying for it. So it's just, to me, it's kind of reshuffling things. And I mean, it's kind of like how I view
you and your neighbors. So I mean, you're paying a lot less of it, but it gets to the purest form, right? Which is they're rewarding their supporters and they're punishing their enemies.
No, you're right that people will look at it as like, this is a reason Joe gave me something and I'm going to vote for him. Yeah, absolutely. They're going to view it that way. I just feel like in reality, you know, like if people really thought about it, this is just reshuffling things, you know, among the plebs. That's really what it is. Because all those like admin people at universities, and I guess we haven't talked about this, like the student loan thing in depth or whatever, but like all those universities that pay insane, that have bloated admin staff, just like the healthcare industry, and are charging tuitions that are insane. And every year it's going up for nothing. Like you get nothing in return. The value of your degree is not going up. And we all know what it's going. It's just like deans and fucking, corruption in private universities, which, I don't think anybody likes, right? Because I mean, if you're a commie, you should like them, right? And if you're right wing, they're universities, right? So,
well, if you're a commie, there's a lot of things you should believe, but none of them do.
Right. But this is like, to me, yeah. This is like, these are people who are worthy of spite, and I mean, they're still keeping the money, like all that the loan money that was given to them for the tuitions, they keep it.
Yeah, and they can bump it up more. They can continue on with the same practices that they're doing.
Yep.
No, absolutely. And
yeah.
Well, even more simply, I mean, this is not patronage to real, pure working class productive workers and all that. This is fucking middle class fail sons that are overeducated. This is HR broads, bro. This is HR broads. This is in a way throwing another quarter into the machine and encouraging more of this really, really bad system, right?
Yeah.
But right, outside of that, it's a form of pure politics. And it's not hyper real. It's not bullshit. It's not, it's straight up vote for me, get money in your pocket. And again, like it has to just be said. Yeah. Like conservatives should be careful about how they're arguing against this, because it's a bad look to just be like, this isn't fair. That's bad. It's like, no, get the dick out of your ass. Quit being cucked, dude. Like, it's about rewarding your supporters and punishing your enemies. And like I said, dude, shout out Bog Beef. This is his day in the sun right now. And I mean, it's in that way, it's good. In that way, it's good. But yeah, I mean, it's just in the grand scale and everything. It's horrible. And I mean, I want PMC thrown in the wood chipper and the university system to crash and burn as much as the next guy. But I simply must stand a patronage based Dark Brandon platform.
Dark Brandon.
Like, dude, dude, honestly, like, I have to be intellectually consistent, dude. Like, if from this day on up until voting day in 24, Dark Brandon, I don't want to overuse the term. I mean, it's like the first day I've ever even said it out loud. If Sleepy Joe from today on just was nothing but this shit, dude, I mean, I would be his biggest supporter come 24. Because it's just
I don't know if I would, because just none of this shit's for me still. Like, but for me as a personally, like, student loan shit's nothing for me. So, and if he keeps on with the same kind of patronage,
on this wavelength, I would be. I mean,
I support the type of politics. Like, I support the direct line to patronage. But like, good point. He's not my representative as far as like this. Not patronage for me.
Well, if he started sending out little targeted stimmy checks exclusively for alpha male podcaster bros.
Oh, bro, I'm in there.
Holy shit, dude! I'm working for the campaign at that point.
I'm putting up signs in the yard, dude.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to have one of those fucking "in this house we believe" signs out front any day now, bro. I'm going to be talking about, this is going to be a protect trans children podcast by the month's end, if that's the shit I'm getting kicked back.
In this house we believe alpha podcasters are real jobs.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is patronage. It definitely is. It's raw mechanical politics. So nothing that all makes sense. But yeah, I mean, for somebody who is like, I guess, left leaning, who listens, who probably, I mean, I don't know who on the left like listens to us really. But I mean, if you were
being honest
like,
there.
yeah, I mean, if you were like looking at this as like, oh shit, like he did something for me. Not really, in my opinion, not really, because I mean, this shit is, it's like the bailouts. It's taking money out of one pocket and putting it in the other. You know what I mean? On the grand scale, it's like, there's a recession that happens, and you take a bunch of taxpayer money to cover the loss.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, oh, okay, that helps like stop the bleeding so that things are like, we're not hemorrhaging in the moment. That's good for the moment, I guess. But in the long term, you have to pay for that again later on, because with inflation, if they printed money or they took it directly from you, you have to pay for it later, just like we're seeing all the inflation now, which is another point I've seen about this student loan forgiveness thing, is how it ties in with the inflation issue. How it's kind of they're kind of stuck weighing two opposite interests of dealing with the inflation issue and at the same time trying to do this patronage thing of like helping relieve some student debt for their base, which are at odds with each other. So, but that's what I'm saying. This shit, it's 3-card Monty. They're shuffling things. So if you were, again, I doubt anyone from the left is listening to us, but like, if you were and you really think this is helping you, it's not. It's really not. It's the same as the bailouts. They're going to keep raising the tuition rates. We're going to be back at the same problem, a year from now, 2 years from now. They keep raising it I don't know if you guys have seen like tuition rates. And I mean, with a lot of kids. Yeah. Yeah. And again, I don't know what the fuck you're getting for it. I mean, I went to a state school, and, it really is like a giant racket. It's just a money pump of like, all right, bring kids in, lower your standards for GPA criterias, right? And for everything, just lower this, just get as many people in as possible. And it's basically like a party school. It's for kids to go and fuck around, and they fuck up and a bunch of people drop out freshman year or whatever. Yeah. And they're not there and the classes are all like core curriculum shit that they did in high school. Like you're going through all the different subjects. It's not specialized because like they're infantile. They're treating you like a child, and you're still going through the high school thing of like, oh, try out every subject, see what you're into. It's a joke. The whole thing is a joke. And they just want people in, and they want you to fucking drop out because they already got your fucking tuition money. And then they give you a degree for something in a field that is not profitable and has very low return on investment. And then you got mad debt. And everybody in our generation was told, if you don't get a college degree, you're fucked.
Yeah, that's just the way you got to do it.
And I mean, the reality is there's some truth to that. I mean, the truth is like you're not completely fucked without it, but they've raised the standard on everything where you can't get like basic jobs without this type of degree. Where before, you have a high school degree, you could do all types of shit. You could get like a lot of entry-level jobs. And there's more entry-level jobs that are unskilled that pay decently, had benefits. That's how it was. But now it's like if you want a regular, decent, stable job, you do need a degree. It helps. It's like their minimum threshold. But a high school degree is free. And this is fucking, an insane amount of money. Tens of thousands of dollars. So it's a racket. It's a giant fucking racket, obviously. I
mean, it's even worse now that, I guess it's not as much anymore because COVID's been kind of winded down. But like, dude, it switched to online classes for most colleges there for a significant period of time. And that's like nothing. Like, that's no educational value online. So like, you're literally just paying them like tens of thousands of dollars for a login code. And you could just get that information without having to pay the tens of thousands of dollars. You could just like, that website exists and all that, and those modules and things are there. Like, and you're just paying $40,000 fucking dollars or whatever the hell to just get the information to get on there. That's fucking crazy to me. Yeah, because I remember the pandemic started back up, or not started back up, but started up in the first place. I had actually re-enrolled in a local community college because I was like, oh, I'm going to try to fucking, do some music therapy or something. And then they immediately went to online education. And I was like, oh, this is fucking horse shit. Yeah, this is nothing. So yeah, it's all bullshit, dude. And then you're talking about even like high school. I saw a commercial yesterday, and this isn't really related to the college tuition thing, but it is school and education. And it's for some website called like K12.com or some shit like that. But it's some new online public schooling. And the commercial was like showing like crime scenes and tape like that, and like flashing lights and like dark flashing like school hallways. And it was like, why leave? Why go out into the scariness of school and all this and that when you could just do it from the safety and comfort of your own home? And it's like painting public schools as like this villainous, terrible place to be, and then propping up, you can be in control of your own education. K-12 is the only place that lets children be in charge of their education. Dude, it's so fucked up, bro. Like literally our whole educational system is just absolute garbage. And that's going to make it so much worse. The concept of putting a child in charge of their education, just think about that. That's retarded. Why would you want that? That's not a profitable, not even profitable. It is profitable, but that's not a beneficial thing to have a kid choosing what they learn, bro. They're children. Someone else has to teach them shit.
Honestly, how about we just stop being so concerned with what fucking children want? Like this whole thing of just being like letting children be in control.
Yeah, no dude, they're fucking children, bro.
I'm gonna stop you there, man.
Yeah, it's like some parents I've seen, like lib parents who like talk to their kid and like, you know, they like listen to the kid and they kind of like they talk to them like an adult. And I mean, there is something to that of like, you don't want to talk like a baby to your kid, maybe fuck up the, you know.
Yeah, be like a reasonable person, dude. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. But they kind of like, they entertain arguments with their kid of like, the kid wants to do something. They're like, oh, well, you shouldn't do that because this is this. And they're trying to like haggle and negotiate. I'm like, what?
Right.
What the? That's like a, I don't know. I've only seen that with like
you're literally showing your child too much respect. Like they're not your peer. Yeah. Like they're like, you need to be comfortable with the hierarchy.
I mean, dude,
sorry to say.
One more step down that path, you're letting your kid tell you at 3 years old that they want to be a girl and chopping their dick off, bro.
Well, so, right, that's kind of what we're right. It's yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, parents I've seen from like, you know, like immigrant parents that I know of in my family or whatever, like obviously, you know.
Oh, they're not having that.
yeah. It's one way. It's very much one way. And like, you know, yeah, that was always weird to me. Of you can't be negotiating with your kid. I mean, you're the fucking parent. You know what I mean? What's next? You know, if they do something crazy, like you're gonna negotiate with them about that. Like you're supposed to, you know, do the parenting. You're supposed to, you know, shit that they don't know. So fucking, you know, it's weird saying. It's weird breaking it down like this, but yeah, you're supposed to, you know, do the guidance thing.
Okay, you don't need to negotiate with them that the color blue is actually purple, bro. You know it's fucking blue, and you tell them that shit. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. And that's like what life is about as an adult and like raising children.
Yeah. I'm seeing this K-12 thing that you mentioned.
Dude, it's evil shit, bro. I was literally watching it like...
that's just going to be public education for poor people in 10 years.
Definitely. And the thing is, it's fucked because like poor people use public education, like don't use it for the purpose of, but like they get the purpose out of it of being like a daycare where they can go and do their job and not have to pay for a nanny and this and that and the other, and their kids aren't going to be left in destitution. They have a somewhat safe place to be. Yeah, man. Instead of us just being like, how do we, you know, make schools better, make our society better? It's just like, oh, you know what? Let's accept the fact that going out is scary. And yeah, everyone should just stay inside, even kids, and like never go out and meet other people, never put themselves in uncomfortable situations. Like someone was showing kids being bullied and stuff. And it was like, you know, you won't get bullied if you're in your house by yourself and your fucking parents are the only people there. What the fuck is that, dude? Guess what? Some people bully some people sometimes, and sometimes you might get bullied, and that's part of life and how you learn and grow, dude. Get fucked.
Yeah, it says online school program, virtual learning. Yeah, I mean, we've talked. This is not a good idea, not a good trend, as well as homeschooling and online private schooling. Yeah. But I mean, this is kind of in line with what a lot of the right want of like withdrawal, like homeschooling, keep it more isolated, get out of the system. The school system is like a prison, which I mean, in some ways.
Yeah, but this is like more so a physical, like getting out of the building, and you're still really hardwired into the system because like it's still a public education like forum that's using the curriculum.
I mean, it's like just because one. I mean.
I'm seeing
mean,
public school and homeschooling and online private school. I guess they do everything, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what they're saying about public school is true. It's just that like what they're putting forward as an alternative is worse somehow. So
yeah. I wouldn't. Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if I would. I don't even want to. I don't even know if I want to say that it's worse because public school is child abuse. But what they're putting forward isn't a good alternative. It's fucking austerity. They're just drumming up consent for austerity measures.
Right. They're trimming it down. Yeah, it's there's two ways to look of it. Is like, all right, do you want to fix the public? I mean, it's like the government question in general. Do you want to fix the government and have it functional, or do you want to abandon the government and go libertarian? That's really the two ways to deal with all these problems. So if you look at the school issue and you think, all right, let's just dissolve it and go homeschool and go, remote and private and all that. That's one way of dealing with it. Or try to fix the fucking institution, which, I lean towards the latter just because I'm not economically libertarian. I don't think I don't think you can just withdraw from this shit. I really don't. I don't think that's the solution. And it's exactly what you're saying. This is austerity. This is how they're going to trim everything down. They're trimming the fat. They're trimming the costs. And yeah, I mean, that getting your kid is in charge of the curriculum or whatever. It's fucking, again, it's like the college thing, the liberal arts thing of like, you go there and you're like, you're being babied. They just baby you. Like they give you like, they tell you to like explore and try out all these different fields or whatever. It feels very infantile. And it's like,
I mean, that stuff can't, like, Montessori style can work, right? But like,
but that's not the child taking control of their education. That's adults that are like invested in the children and guiding them. And
it's still a little bit more child led. But the point I was going to make is it's a lot more child led than a typical education. Well, yeah, the point I'm just going to make is that like it's not like that's not taking place on a screen that Roblox can also play on. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like these kids aren't being set up to make good decisions. It's kind of that simple. Children can't make good fucking decisions 90% of the time. That's the premise. This premise is taken too seriously, just across the board. Right. Children can't go fucking just blast cigs out front of fucking 7-Eleven. Children can't go buy a fucking 6-pack. No one is fucking contesting these concepts. Well, I'm sure someone is. I'm sure libertarians are. But yeah, man.
Yeah, shout out the libertarians. But yeah. Very, very
libertarians on suicide watch after the student loan forgiveness.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess thanks to Dark Brandon for the loan help. Thanks, I guess. But I don't know. This isn't I know I asked for give me something, in my hand, but I don't know. This isn't real to me. It's not real. I mean, yeah, I guess in the short term it is, but I mean, it's like me voting Trump. That's not short-term interest. It's like this thing is going off the rails. The whole thing is going off the fucking rails. And I hate to see it. I hate to watch it go this way. And some partial loan forgiveness isn't really. I don't know. It's too little, too late in my mind. It's. I guess it's patronage.
Well, of course. But yeah. I mean,
for me, no. But I know
we also need to keep in mind what we're fucking talking about here, which is like the product of our current political form. And like, it's not capable of producing anything that isn't too little, too late. Yeah. So I mean, like, this is like, this is a banger for what it's coming out of.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and you're totally right. I mean, most left or lib people will see this as like, this is something for me. This is convincing. This is compelling. Yeah, I think they definitely will.
Bro, like a year and a half ago, they were talking about defunding the fucking police as their goal. You know what I mean? Like, at least people are getting something from this.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's entirely the wrong people. But I mean, it's their people, and they're doing politics correctly for one brief moment. So
quick betting, guys. What you think this moves the needle on the midterms? Do you think it?
Oh no, I mean
Or is
I
this-
don't think any of these
this-
fucking people had any chance of voting for anybody else. But
Right, yeah. When it
Well, I mean,
feeds the base-
I guess if anything, I guess the strategy here is they're just kind of ensuring that these people won't stay home, which I guess is a real threat for the young demographic that this is servicing. But yeah. I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I have to say, dude, like as time has gone on and everything, I still think that the GOP is going to do pretty well in the midterms, but honestly, only in spite of themselves, because the Republican Party, just for the last couple months and will continue to until midterms, is just their entire strategy is just scaring the hose, dude. That's all they're doing. Is just scaring the hose. And it's weird. Like, it's genuinely weird. You kind of like take a step back and you're like, guys, like, do you want to win this? Like, what's going on, man? Because like, I know, like, I know that there's a lot of, and listen, I know I have religious reactionary friends. You know what I mean? I love them. We love them, folks. But, you know, take their fucking keys away, dude. Like, they're gonna fucking just absolutely biff this for everyone. And I think I'm saying a normie take, but yeah, dude, it's a little, they're just scaring the hose.
No, you're right, dude.
We had 50 fucking years to fucking repeal Roe v. Wade, and they're doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and yeah, this has become like a meme that I say at this point, but like, Keith Woods is banned. You know what I mean? and the fucking Christian nationalists are ascendant, and like, you know, it's cool, I guess, because it's an alternative to liberalism. But yeah, I mean, we're just focusing on gay marriage and abortion, I guess. All
yeah,
right.
I saw a article because I knew we were going to record today, so I opened up my phone and I was like, I'm going to open up the news app and just see what's going on, so I'm not getting, you know, blindsided by too much like usual. And I see an article that from Reuters, whatever the fuck. Reuters. Shit, they didn't even get it in 2 tries. All right.
It's all right. It wasn't meant to be.
So it's the headlines: Democratic win in New York signals power of abortion issue in midterm vote.
Right.
So it's just like, yeah, exactly what you're saying. And like what you've been talking about, how like, you know, why do this now other than to make it just a fucking political huge cudgel to just kind of place fundraising on, etc., but not actually really win on probably. So yeah, that was something that I saw this morning and I was like, you know, I'm going to screenshot that one for the guys.
They have nothing. They have everything to lose on this issue, because like the pro-life groups were never going to vote for anyone but them anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you didn't need to give the pussy up to them to keep having
like
them follow, you know?
Like the student loan forgiveness groups.
Yeah. Feeding the base. Everybody's feeding the base, and it's like, bro, you already got them, bro. Like, what are you tripping about? You're good already on that. I mean, you know,
you could have just kept leading them on.
Most libs and leftists were already going to, you know, vote Democrat loyally, because, you know, if they don't, you know, it will be Nazi country or something. You know what I mean? Like, the stakes are always that high. And you don't really like need to give them much to show up and vote anyways, from what I've seen. Even leftists. I mean, maybe there's some leftists who are more on the fence, and then this loan forgiveness thing might tip them over. Maybe. I guess I could imagine someone like that. I don't know if that's like a needle mover though. You know what I mean? And yeah, the same thing with this, Roe v. Wade. It's scaring the hose, man. Funny. It's literally scaring the hose. Roe v. Wade.
Yeah, it's scaring the hose, dude. The GOP is scaring the hose, and they're just doubling down on that. That's their strategy. Scaring the hose.
Yeah, and I love scaring hose. I love it personally. You know, I love getting
Getting to the party,
scaring the hose.
Getting to the party, throwing on experimental rap on the aux, you know.
Yeah. I love doing that. That's my favorite thing to do, and just soak in the moment. But in this situation, I guess I'm the hose that's scared in this situation, because the GOP is not doing much for me. I'm not very compelled. Even the MAGA side, I'm not really compelled by much right now. And it's weak performances all around. I thought, you know, in this post-Trump shit, you'd think that something different was going to happen, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, something different is happening, which is just like general illiberalism. Like it is just like there's just genuinely just weird identitarian stuff on the left with woke stuff, which is an illiberal ideology. And then on the right, you have the Christian nationalism. And again, it's like, I'm glad to see like end of history liberalism, you know, like it's at least like people are acknowledging it, right? But I mean, like, listen to what the fuck I'm even saying, you know? It's like this is nothing. This is fucking nothing.
Yeah.
This is crumbs. This is metaphysical crumbs. Like, this is just it's just I'm literally just like watching, you know, philosophical shit, tectonic plates shift. It's just, this is nothing. This is Stockholm syndrome. And so, yeah, I don't know. Nothing really is. It's kayfabe, you know, it's kayfabe. Nothing's really giving here. They're scaring the hose. And even fucking MAGA is literally just like, we don't even really care what your platform is. As long as you're just going to say that 2020 was rigged, that's basically all we need. And,
dude.
And I understand that, you know, I understand that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, if ever there was like just a reason to just bow out of an election entirely, as time goes on, I really have like, because you guys know that my default was going to be, all right, vote Republican, fuck them. I can't fucking, I have a hard time recommending anybody at this point, especially just because like all it needed to be was, hey, you guys the whole country got put on fucking house arrest for 3 years straight, and you should vote against the people that full-throatedly, that full-heartedly were in favor of that. But like, that's not even being talked about anymore. You know what I mean? Both of them are just agreeing to move past that. And yeah, it's kind of crazy making. But again, it is just such and nobody likes to hear it anymore, but it is really a strong example of just the, like, you know, one hand washing the other shit. So
yeah, that's true. And like DeSantis, like, you know, whatever I, you know, have distrust of his origins or his background in the establishment or whatever.
His early life.
His early life section. If he had hypothetically,
he's not though. He's not.
No, but he's a strong supporter of Israel. But that was just me throwing that in as a joke.
That gets you an early life section. But no, but if he had, you know, if he had like went hard as fuck on the COVID shit, like really, you know, over the top, whatever, just vitriol, just like, you know, bombastic, all the crazy demagogue shit, whatever. Just tell me you're gonna string some, you know, some folks up, you know, over the COVID thing. Just say some wild shit like that, whatever. That probably would have fucking, you know, got me going in the loins a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, just because I'd probably be like, he's not really going to do it, but it would excite me a little bit. But I don't know. This other stuff, I don't know, but nobody's trying to fucking, you know, sway me. I'm not really the key swing voter. Obviously, I'm a fucking lunatic. But yeah, this is, you know, that would have been more fun than any of this other shit. This other shit doesn't really move me much.
I mean, to be fair, DeSantis isn't running for election right now, so like we don't really know what his.
No, but he's gonna run for.
Yeah. But we don't know like.
Stage.
But I'm just saying,
He'll
like,
be on that stage.
He doesn't have the chance right now to tell you if he's going to go out balls on the wall in this campaign on COVID, or if he's going to go balls to the wall in his campaign on whatever, because he's just not campaigning yet. And that's all. Yeah, but that's not even what I was saying.
Yeah, you're right. But not even just him, like the whole GOP, like the angle of the GOP.
Of course.
Yeah, like that Slav's talking about. Like if they had gone heavier that way, for all the however much I hate the GOP or whatever, like, I mean, dude, that'd
be sick.
That would have, like, you know, it would have.
That's literally all they had to do. That's the whole. But that's the whole thing. It's just as simple as just like it was there, dude. Like she was there in front of you with her legs spread, and you punched yourself in the balls, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's just it's just such an egregious choke that it's like I have a hard time explaining this, like, without just being like this was just intended, you know.
That's what I think.
It really challenges. I mean, how the fuck? It was right there, dude. It was right there, slow over the plate. You know, it couldn't. He could have. They could have even. You know, for the Republicans that shilled for the vaccine and everything, they could have even. I don't know.
They could have done. Yeah, they could have finessed it. Of course,
they could have finessed it. It was so easy, dude. And the most it ever was fucking grooming kids. And
and the worst thing about it is that now, even like, I mean, obviously, right, history would have vindicated them, but like now, like the science and everything, like the CDC changing their fucking guidelines and all this stuff. It's like it's all coming up towards like if they would have just went balls to the wall on that. Yeah, you would have had a lot of pushback, but by now it would have been like, oh yeah, these people were fucking right. You know what I mean? Like if they would have just done that. But now it's just like all fizzling out and almost like as if it never happened. They're just
I was just talking about this the other night. The whole COVID thing, it's not rocket science. It's just all of us that were in the know just had information for this whole experience. The only thing that made us special was that we had information a year and a half ahead of time before it was socially acceptable to. It's not any super crazy secret or anything like that. It's just knowing shit, saying shit before it was allowed. And I come into work the other day after my time out of town, and I hear, oh, somebody knows somebody that has myocarditis now. Oh my God. Talking about I wish that none of us had ever taken this shit, and I don't trust this. And oh man, remember when a year and a half ago they talked about this in the news, and they shut that down pretty quickly. And this was a fucking waste of time because I still got it, and it only covered me for a month or two. This is a horrible waste, right? And I'm standing there, and I want so bad to just be like,
I told you.
I want to be like, I told you so. And you know what? They don't know that I'm not vaccinated, right? And so I want to just throw it all out on the table because it's difficult and it's a lot of built up pressure and everything. But hey, man, you slow it down. You know what I mean? We can't. It's all about being patient. It's all about the long game because that's all COVID has ever been, right? Because we've just known things ahead of time. And yeah, man, I mean, it was just the easiest thing in the fucking world. It was the easiest thing in the fucking world. This news cycle about the CDC, which to be fair, like isn't a win at all. Like the CDC restructuring is just nightmare shit.
Yes.
But them admitting all like a bunch of shit they got wrong. Like this could have been a good news cycle for any party that actually wanted to be, dissenting against this shit. But, they're not gonna. No one's gonna. It's gonna be left on the vine to wither. And you know what it is? Anti-COVID shit is going to become Green Party shit. It's going to be outsourced. It's going to be just like left to some fucking cucked third party. And no one's going to take it seriously. And fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, the memory holding is kind of breathtaking, and it's yeah. And I don't know what to say about it because it's the CDC. There's a lot of backpedaling. There's another headline of Politico saying that Trump administration pressured the FDA to authorize unproven treatments for COVID-19.
Wait, repeat that.
Politico 2 hours ago or whatever was like, the Trump administration pressured the FDA to authorize unproven treatments for COVID-19 and the first COVID-19 vaccines on an accelerated timeline, according to a White House report released Wednesday. So they're basically saying, it's getting ratioed. And what they're basically saying is that, the reason why it's rushed and there's all these issues and it's not really effective is because Trump rushed it. So they're doing that backpedaling, which I guess was predictable. I don't think I ever explicitly said this would happen, but it's all
well, the funny thing is that this was a talking point during the 2020 campaign season too.
Right, exactly.
So now we've just made a loop.
Full circle. Yeah. Back to the Trump vaccine is dangerous or whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess
which again, like this is something to be hammering the Republicans about too. Is it's just like at the very least, they're feckless enablers of one of the biggest crimes against humanity of all time.
Yeah.
Right. And they were never at any point a dissenting political entity with this stuff at all, dude. This was looked at as a political win that he wanted to force through. And we have a variety of opinions here on the vaccine, but my opinion is that shit's fucking poison, and him pushing that shit through for emergency use authorization is a fucking crime against humanity, dude. That shit, he's got fucking blood on his hands, dude.
He's trying to prop it up as like it would have been the biggest success of his fucking presidency. I mean, that's why he's telling people in Florida they need to get vaccinated and shit, dude.
Yeah, and DeSantis shilled that shit hard. So
I'm saying Trump was doing that too at fucking his rallies.
Both of them.
A year or two ago.
Well, you remember that clip when he was doing that and people were fucking booing him at one of his.
That was in my home state, baby, Alabama.
Hell yeah, dude, Bama.
Oh yeah, he got booed. Right. Yeah, it's weird because he wanted the clout for it. He wanted the clout, I guess, with the libs that like, hey, you think I'm anti-vax, but I'm the guy who. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
He's
if that's
playing both sides, because that way he's always on top.
Right. Well, you can't. Yeah, I mean, you can't play their game because they changed the foundation as necessary. So it's the ground is moving beneath your feet. You can't really play that game.
In a way, I respect him because it's not about what's right. It's about playing the political game, right? But.
It's not well played though. Because
it's not well played. It's not well played.
You don't want to play that one because it's like the woke thing. It's like trying to say like I'm actually more woke. I actually push the vaccine. It's like, bro, it is going to change what this means in a year, and you're going to look fucked either way. So if it's not based on anything, it's not like COVID was based on anything really. Not science or not anything. It's fucking out of thin air in my mind. So you know what I mean? It's like. You can't play on their terms and try to get credit with them because I mean and hey that gaff, I mean, for all his like political acumen or finessing skills, that was I don't know what the fuck that was about. That was weird. Like I don't know why you went for that, but not good. And I mean, like I was posting about it, and Noki Wizard Slothrop was quote tweeting and like, hey, Trump kind of like he kind of takes L on this, and he's like, yeah, it's kind of true. It's kind of true. It's kind of like, I don't know, man. Like, they're pinning it on Trump, and it's like, well, you kind of shouldn't have fucking tried to take credit for it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have fucking done that. And if they come around a year later and the world is, the polarity is shifted on the whole world, and they made up a new definition of everything, and you get the short end of the stick, you play the game, you get shitty, you play the shitty game, you get the shitty prize. I'm sorry. Like, you fucked up. I would not have done that. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of true. It's kind of true. And
I mean, it's like being a part of a group project or something, and then you don't really do much about it, and all your other the other people you're working with, they kind of put together the whole thing. Then at the end, you just kind of take it and put your name on it, and you turn it in, and then it gets an F, and you're like, oh fuck, bro, that was these other people. I didn't even have nothing to do with that. And it's like, yeah, dude, well, you should have taken it and put your fucking name on it in the first place. Man, the COVID shit's wild right now. There's a lot of stuff that's coming. Like, I mean, obviously there was the CDC.
All right, that was part 1 of our episode. If you'd like to listen to part 2, you can find that at patreon.com/fedpost. Thanks for listening.